Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, let me introduce myself. My name is Arzetty Angelina Prabowo Putri with student ID number 2161211020 from the English Education Department Class 3A. Here, I will give an example of a recount text to fulfill the assignment for speaking academic purpose. The theme is English language teaching in Indonesia. The title is The Various Approaches or Method in ELT. 1. Teaching Trend Before the 20th Century. Salsa Murcia assumed that language teachers prior the 20th century used a more informal and less direct approach to conveying the structure and meaning of the language they teach. They also tend to use oral techniques or spoken language without the language of the book. A. The grammar translation approach. The main principle. A. The grammar translation approach. The main principle of the grammar translation approach are based on Prator and Salsa Murcia. 1. Learning in the classroom use the mother tongue. 2. Vocabulary and grammatical lists are of primary concern. 3. Reading related to grammatical analysis is very important. 4. Class activities include translating exercise. And the last, speaking is not or less attention. Next point is B, the direct method. The main premise of the direct method is that foreign language learning should be the same as mother tongue learning, which involves a lot of oral interaction, spontaneous use of the language, no activity of translating the target language into mother tongue, and there is little or no grammatical analysis. Richard and Roger revealed the main principle of the direct method as follows. 1. The language used in learning is the target language. 2. Speaking and listening skill are taught in small classes. 3. The methodology used by the majority provide example and practice. 4. Easily recognizable vocabulary is used every day. And 5. Grammar is taught inductively. An example of a class activity that is an embodiment of this method is as follows. 1. The teacher show realia in front of objects that have been understood by students. 2. The teacher give an example of correct pronunciation. 3. Students then try to repeat what the teacher said. And 4. The teacher ensure that students pronounce the word correctly. And 5. Students repeat this word repeatedly. Okay, next, the last point is one teaching trend before the 20th century, and next point two, early 20th century. A. Reading approach. This approach emerged in the early 20th century. The following are the elements of the reading approach according to Salce Murcia et al. 1. Only grammar which is useful for reading comprehension is taught. 2. At first the vocabulary is limited then expanded. 3. Translating again become a platform procedure. 4. Reading is the only language skill that is emphasized. 5. The teacher does not need to have good speaking skill in the target language. And 6. The mother tongue used in the presentation, discussion of reading comprehension. Point B. Audiolingual approach. The audiolingual approach appeared to respond to the weakness of the reading method. Many of the principles of direct method teaching are applied in audiolinguals. In his book, Teaching by Principle, adopt the characteristic of the audiolingual approach processed by Prater and Salsa Murcia as follows. 1. Most language material is present in direct with minimal involvement of the mother tongue. 2. The new material is present in form of a oral dialogue. 3. Learning is emphasis on imitating, memorizing, and studying language pattern with the aim that students' speech avoid mistakes. 4. The grammatical structure is shorter use a comparison analysis. 5. grammar and vocabulary are taught through inductive analogy and contextual dialogue. 6. Pronunciation is high emphasis. And 7. Learning is characterized by the use of recordings, language laboratories, and virtual media. The last point is C. The oral situational approach. This approach was very dominant in Indonesia during the 1940, 1950, and 1960. The main characteristic of the oral situational approach based on the Salce Murcia et al. Include the following. 1. This approach prioritizes speaking language. 2. All language material are practiced orally before being presented in writing form. 3. Learning in the classroom only use the target language. 4. The most common and most useful lexical element and so to be present in learning. 5. Grammatical structure are classified from the simple to complex. 6. The component lexical and grammatical are introduced and practiced in the certain situation. Thank you.